SBC Special Teams Player of the Week, Lorcan Quinn. Just a little bit of background really quick. He leads the SBC in field goals with 12 on the season. He also is tied for the longest field goal in the SBC this year with 53 yards and leads the Sun Belt in scoring with 64 points. Questions?
Look, and congratulations on the honor. Did you get a lot of texts from Ireland? And just talk a little bit about, assimilating in American football and how the journey's been for you.
Yeah, so I got messages from my coaches back home at Leader Kick-In. They've been so supportive of my journey so far, so they reached out. They've congratulated me. Obviously the most important message I've got from my family, specifically my father. No matter how my games go, if I miss 100 kicks, he's still going to tell me after each game that he's proud of me, so that's the most important thing to me in terms of those things. So yeah, lots of support from back home.
You tied the single game record for kicks in a game here. When you're kind of continuously being brought out and everything, just what's the mental game like for you, just staying consistent throughout to have the performance you did?
Really, it's just about one kick at a time. That's what Coach White's always telling me, and he's backed me so far, and he's trusted me. And there's moments where I thought, they could lose faith in me, but they've trusted me so far, and thankfully it's going well now. And I'm definitely more comfortable in the process now. I reevaluated at the halfway point of the season, and I'm just ready to hit these last few games. So.
Speaking of confidence, you put this team in a position where if they need you, you've been rock solid. Just what kind of feedback you've been getting from those guys? You just knowing that, okay, if they can't get the ball down the field, you definitely got a shot at it.
Yeah, so I suppose the field goal's obviously very important. The other night, we got to the end of the game, we didn't need a field goal. Obviously, the offense, they dug us out of a hole. I like to dig the team out of a hole when I can, and it's really just about getting the best balance of both sides of it. Essentially, if I'm not getting sent out there in a game and we're winning the games, then I'm happy. I love kicking the ball, but if we're getting the wins and I don't need to go out, then that's perfect too.
In terms of the kickoffs, all of them touchbacks, they returned the one that you put in the end zone. Just you take pride in that. It seems like we're any day now you're going to kick one into the deck or something like that, right?
Again, that's another thing. I came over here and Coach White was more than patient with me with those. We adjusted a few things. Naturally, I had a big leg, but the kickoffs had to change a few things and adjust my technique, and just to get more consistent with it. And I feel like I'm in a good place with that now.
Look, a coach says he thinks you're good from 60. Do you have a number that if they get to a certain spot on the field, you say, Coach, I can do it? I would like to get an attempt from 60. Every kicker does want to hit those big balls. So, if the opportunity comes, I'd like to grab it with both hands and take one of those on.
Can you just talk about the rest of the group, between Totten and you guys, just how good those guys have been to you? The hold and everything is just almost important as a kick, almost, right?
Absolutely. Totten's great. Totten gets the ball down for me every time. Perfect hold. I couldn't ask for a better holder. And Gavin's snaps, man, the speed those things come back at. Essentially, as a kicker, you don't have much time to look at the ball. Gavin's given me more than enough time to look at that ball. So the operation does not work without those two, so they're making my job essentially easier. So.
Are there any moments where you're lobbying for that opportunity to go out there and maybe hit that long one? I mean, Coach always says he wants the points, but there are certain situations where, okay, do I try to kick a long one there, and you've kind of given him something a little bit extra to think about. So are you lobbying him a little bit, like, hey, let me go out there and try that?
No, I trust whatever Coach White tells me. I trust him that the man has a lot more knowledge of the game than I do. I'm new to this thing, so I mean, if he wants to put me out there, I'm more than happy. But those decisions are completely on him.
You obviously have talent and have showed it, but does it feel almost like maybe you're kind of ahead of where you thought you would be, or are you really happy with your improvement so far and all that good stuff?
I would say my improvement has been steady. I didn't expect to come in here and be the best kicker in America, but I'm just happy that I'm gradually going in the right direction. And when all's said and done, eventually a shot at the NFL. I'm not saying get to the NFL, but a shot is all I really want by the end of this career. So I'm just glad to keep climbing each day and getting better and more comfortable.
All right. Anything further for Lorcan? And now we're going to let him go to class.
Thanks, Larry. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
We'll get
Yeah,
going really
after
quick.
that.
He's got another 12:30 class as well. Mike? wide receiver Ben Turner. Obviously, he's a talent that many of us are familiar with, and Spring Valley starting to make a name for big special teams plays as well. So we got Ben Turner.
Could you walk us through that play? You know, they faked the punt, and I wouldn't say that you never expect that type of thing, but you know the situation and everything to where you guys are able to come away with it. How big was that?
Yeah, Coach White, throughout the game, he told me, you know, I want you to get back there. I mean, block the punt if you can, but, you know, be on alert for fake. But I would like to thank Brian Robinson. He really saved the day, and I think my recovery overshadowed the play he made. He fitted up like a linebacker on that guy, and I just happened to get on the ball. And, you know, I was on the ball. Everybody was like, get off, play's over. And I wasn't going to fall for that trick, so that's all I had to do.
How cool is it that you and Zane have done what you've done, you know, just playing at Spring Valley, and obviously everybody knows who you guys are, just to come and kind of help your hometown team and make an impact? That's a big deal.
It's super cool. I know me, him, Ferg, Bryce Biggs, Jaylen, we all grew up going to herd football games, watching, you know, Rakeem Cato and all those great teams play. And, you know, just to help the herd, we'll do whatever it takes. Whether you want us to carry the waters out or recover fumbles, we'll do whatever it helps to take for the herd to win.
I'm sure we asked you this before the season, but just how good is it to see the investment that this coaching staff has put on West Virginia? Whether I think it was close to 25 of you guys are from here, around here, and all that stuff.
I mean, you can tell that they care about this state more than I'd say any other coaching staff in the nation cares about their state. They really invest in, they tell us to go out in the community and make a difference and show how West Virginia, I mean, we have talent, and just all this homegrown talent hasn't been utilized for many years, and then we're finally putting it all together with, I mean, a brand new coaching staff, 74 new players. I mean, it's great.
Kind of build off of that, since your hometown product, how much investment have you made personally in this team, trying to, you know, kind of explain what this is all about, kind of get everyone gel together? I mean, what's your impact in that?
Well, I remember during fall camp, every Friday, I think it was, Coach Gibson would have a senior come up and talk to the team. And the main goal of that was to the younger guys to listen and, you know, play for us seniors. And mine was about how much Marshall means to me, means to this community, means to this state. And I mean, I told them that my last resort to get here, if they didn't contact me, I was just going to walk in the Shuey building, go up to Coach, like, hey man, I'll do anything to play here. But I think, you know, all of us have come to understand, even more so than me now, how much this place means to Huntington, and, you know, Huntington is Marshall, Marshall is Huntington.
And how satisfying is it for you to prove you could play at this level? I mean, like you said, you had to, you know, knock on doors, call, but to get here and then making an impact on offense and special teams, it's got to make you feel good.
Yes, sir. You know, it took a little bit of growing in the spring. I got here, I was a bit timid and, you know, maybe not as outspoken, outgoing as I wanted to be, but throughout practices and games, you know, I've proved to myself that I can play here. Always had that thought, maybe not coming out of high school, but probably last season at West Liberty, thinking I can compete with whoever. And, you know, for the most part, it's true.
One more just about the break you guys have and then the big game coming up next Thursday. Talk a little bit about having some time to heal up and then also time to prepare for Coastal.
Yes, sir. This week is huge. I think bye weeks for us, much like ODU, I thought we put together a really good game after a bye week. So if we can keep that, you know, just recovery and mental focus through this week, and then, you know, that we start practice on Thursday, have 2 good practices there, and then the next week have great practices there. And I'm just really excited to go back down to Coastal. I got a lot of family from South Carolina, and I think the herd fan base will travel well as well. So.
All right. Anything further for Ben?
You got to run to class.
He's got
Yeah, you're right.
You all
Got
see
bio
him run,
stats.
he can make it. All right, everybody, you know this guy. 10 tackles on his tackles in overtime, in the 2 overtime periods. So
I didn't even know that.
you can talk to him.
I ain't know that.
Boogie, we've seen you, obviously from the secondary, from the interception standpoint, from the playing, just going up and making a tackle, and you putting your nose in there. You're obviously not the biggest guy on the field, but I mean, what is it about you that just powers you through to say, I'm gonna go get this stop?
It's just really the will and the want to. Telling coach really wherever I'm needed at, I can make the play. We got a jumbo package. I'm trying to get on that too, but just when I'm out there, I don't see height or none of that. It's really about heart, just about the want to again. Like I want to make tackles. At my old school, I played nickel all around too, so I've been sticking my nose in there for a little minute now. So it's kind of my field a little bit.
You just walk through how big the way that game ended, how much of a boost that is going into this open week, heading in the Coastal and all that.
That was a very much needed win. I feel like we strained a lot that game. Like it was a lot going on, but we came out with the dub. It wasn't as pretty as it's supposed to be, but we got it done. So I feel like that a win anytime is a good to bring on to the next week. But really just getting ready for Coastal and just trying to pick these guys apart.
I know you probably would have liked to see this game end the way Old Dominion ended, but how's it feel to see that resilience after being tested like this game, going into double overtime, being in this situation before, but coming out on top now?
Like Coach said, we always going to face adversity. Actually, the Louisiana game, he told us that we probably would end up in a situation like that again with the defense and the offense having to come up and show, be big in big moments. So really, it just felt like a flashback. I say a lot, rewind and re-record. So I feel like that was the moment for us to rewind and re-record and show that we can get stops in overtime.
There's a couple of moments where, they get a chunk gain here and there, but most really for both sides, holding guys to field goals and Sweeting has the interception in end zone, so you guys get another goal line stop. Just a short memory type of thing for you guys and just how good that was.
Yeah, really like when the big plays happen, you just got to stay calm through the chaos. Like, as a defense, big plays are going to happen. Like they get paid to do the same thing we do, but it's just about how you basically, how do I say this? It's basically how you react once you gotten hit. Like Coach say, we're going to take punches, but we're going to throw punches also. So it's like how you respond to what happened. You really got to have a short memory out there.
Boogie, we had Lorcan in here a minute ago. When he's about to kick, kickers are sometimes different. They don't want to be talked to. Are there some words of encouragement you give, or do you go up and quote an Irish saying?
No, really, just let him kick. It's Lorcan. He do it all day during practice. So it's really like it's no pressure to him. Really, like he's just out there. He's kicking. He's doing what he's do. He's good at his job. Most of the time, coach just say get him in good range, and he's going to make it. So that's what we thank Lorcan for that. He was player of the week this week, too. Shout out to Lorcan.
You're new to Marshall and West Virginia, and have some of the natives in the state told you what Myrtle Beach means to Marshall and Huntington fans, and do you realize how many people might be out there Thursday night? Because it might be the biggest road crowd you'll see all year, because people from this area love to find a reason to go down to Myrtle Beach, and this is a big one.
Yeah, I talked to a few people, but not really just in depth. Hopefully this week I get to learn more about it as our bye week or whatever, going into that week. So hopefully I learn a little bit more about it. I ain't learned too much about it, but as I always say, it's another conference game, so we need it.
Yeah, going back to Lorcan just for a second, what kind of confidence does he give this team, knowing that he can get you out of any situation just about, either offensively, getting you, in a situation where they've got a hole to dig themselves out of. What's that mean to you as a player and the team, just to have a guy like that who's capable of putting you in any good situation and turn something bad positive?
That's a great thing, also for defense and also for offense, knowing that once we get across midfield, basically we're going to get 3. Hopefully not no jinx or nothing, but like we're going to get 3 with Lorcan back there. So it's like we're trying to put up 6 and get 7, but we know Lorcan's going to get us 3. That's what we really thankful for that, and he's doing a great job this year.
Coach mentioned on Saturday that that they make the kick to tie it, and that everybody on the sideline was kind of reassuring him that you guys got his back. And just you talk about that moment a little bit, just the confidence you guys had that despite how that happened, that you guys knew that you could turn it around.
Yeah, like going into another overtime game is like we don't want the same outcome as the last one. So coming up to coach, telling him that we got him, like basically showing them like we're gonna rewind and we're gonna re-record it how things was supposed to go a couple weeks back, and that was just it. Like everybody, the strain, everybody straining, everybody hurting. It's just who wanted the most at that point. That's what it was really.
Boogie, when you get in that second overtime situation, they go on offense first. You got in the back of your mind, you obviously want to stop, but they're going to, if they have to go on fourth, they're going to kick a field goal. Field goal is a kind of a victory in that situation, isn't it?
It's really like once we came into the second overtime, it was basically like another 0-0. Basically, and how we're looking at it as a defense is we hold them to 3. Our offense is going to go put up points, So that was the big part of that one. That we got a good we held them good, and they only got 3, and then we got the ball to our offense. Basically, that's how it was that we felt like just get the ball to our offense, and they're going to score.
Anything further? How much do you know yet about Coastal Carolina? What stands out to you about their offense?
Right now, we've just been working on getting recovery and stuff. I know that they're on a 2-game win streak though. 4-3 just like us, but we ain't really just dug deep into it yet, so we're looking to get after those guys this week. Good.
All right, be good.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, everybody, we got linebacker Kerion Martin, team leader in tackles currently, and another West Virginia guy. Questions for Kerion?
Karen, we just talked to Boogie about that stop in overtime. That's so big because you guys were going to get the ball after them. So in your mind, are you thinking 3 is a little victory here for you guys, and you made the play, right?
Yeah. We knew once they only was able to get 3, we had a ton of confidence in our offense that they was gonna go down there and score in overtime and win the game for us.
We asked Ben, so I could ask you the same thing, you being the West Virginia guy and all that, just what's it mean being here during the bye week and all that good stuff?
Yeah, West Virginia is special for me. Yeah, I've been here basically my entire life. Never wanted to leave or anything like that, so this place is definitely special to me. Marshall's been great to me. The atmosphere is great, fans are great, so this is definitely home for me.
We've been talking to Lorcan and asking guys, just what does he bring to a team? When you know that he can put you in any positive situation, he can turn anything that looks negative into a positive. What does that mean for you specifically and for the team?
Yeah, Lorcan, he's doing a great job with kickoffs and field goal. Like I don't think we've had too many returns or returnable balls this year. He's kicking it out the end zone pretty much every time. He's kicking the ball well. He's consistent from 50, so that's great seeing that from him and things like that. Like we just know when Lorcan's out there, like he's going to do what he does and what we expect him to do.
Value for the bye week, I just kind of, I guess, recover a little bit, then get back to work with it and all that. Just how valuable is it with the short week coming up?
Yeah, getting a short bye week, it's always great when you can get some time to rest in between the time between these games and things like that, so that way we're not just banged up and bruised up going into every game.
You may not have looked into them too closely yet, Kerion, but they've switched quarterbacks. This guy's a little bit more of a runner than he is a passer, but he can also throw it. What's your mindset going down there and having a kind of study on this new guy that they just put in a couple games ago?
Yeah, the mindset of Coastal right now is pretty clear that they want to run the ball, so that's pretty much what we're going to expect them to do without getting too much into the game plan as far as what we're going to do, but we expect them to run the ball on us.
Anything further for Kerion?
You know how Myrtle Beach is West Virginia South, right?
Yeah, I do know.
The fan support on the road, what kind of difference does that make?
Yeah, that's going to be different. That's going to be like our second home. That's another home game for us. That's what we're going to be expecting anyway.
Anything further?
Thank you, Kerion.
All right.
Thank you.
Offensive lineman Jaylen Slappy. Obviously, the offense has been rolling 4 straight weeks with 38 points or more in the game. Questions for Jaylen?
Jaylen, there at the end there, off your defensive stop, I mean, was there any doubt at all you guys were going to go down and end it? I mean, you had been moving the ball pretty well in the second half and both overtime periods.
Mm-hmm. Our decision in overtime was really to score no matter what. not even just a field goal, just a touchdown, because I feel like we believed in our defense. They've been having our back the past couple games a lot, and we didn't move the ball effectively how we could. We didn't finish drives, so in overtime we wanted it on us to finish every drive and just score with points, and we was not taking a field goal no matter what. We wanted the touchdown, so that's what we did.
You just talk about just how good this offense has been over the course of the past few weeks, just what's went into it and the improvements you've seen.
The improvements I've seen is just our connection, really, just our bond, really. Even in practice, I feel like these past couple of weeks we're having a good practice periods, Monday through Friday. And I feel like in the beginning of the year we didn't really take it that serious, really, because we didn't know who would be playing and everything like that. But ever since Carlos stepped in, he's become more of a leader too. So I really appreciate him doing that. Just all of us together. It's not just one leader in the office. It's everybody coming together, the coaches, even the people that's not playing. I feel like that was the biggest improvement of all of us, really.
You're in a situation where, okay, you're in overtime again, you're in another tight situation, you come through on top. You know, what's that mean for you and this team to see that resolve, knowing that, okay, we've been through this before and we can get it done. We can come out on top and win a tight one like this one.
It means a lot, especially coming from the ULO overtime loss, which was really bad, but it means a lot. I mean, for our defense to stop it, like I said, and just us to come out with a win, a game we weren't expect to win. So nobody thought we could win the game, and like we believed in ourselves, and I feel like that was the biggest key, just believing in us. Our main focus that week with Coach Gibson was just believe, like believe we could win no matter what happens. So I feel like that was a big key for it.
Talk about some of the playmakers you guys have, whether it be Floyd, what he does on that 2-point conversion, Adrian when you throw it to him, and Carlos, and just all the guys that you guys. Obviously, you guys up front kind of helped that happen, but just what they're able to bring to the table for this offense.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. I'm kind of the guy who Floyd is like, you really can't talk to Floyd like that. He's a quiet guy, but I'm really the guy who pulls him in really like that because he gets frustrated a lot of times, like when he doesn't get the ball, because that's just how he is. But he's been a lot, helping us a lot. They double coverage him. Carlos been a lot. AD's really coming on a lot. We got to get him the ball more. I feel like that should be one of our main focuses. I feel like up front we didn't play as our best game really because they were doing so much up front, but I feel like we could have been better. Shamarcus Adams played really well, and Christian Richter played really well that game, and I was surprised, but they played really well. They stepped up a lot. AD's he's a real baller, man. He loves the game. He loves the community. He just loves everything about her coming from Akron, so I really appreciate him a lot.
And when you see Carlos leave the game, I think 3 times, right? And then he just hobbles off, looks like, he's done, and then 3 plays later he's back. What kind of message does that send to you guys?
Just that he can fight and the toughness about him. We all knew Carlos was a tough guy. We just never knew how he would react when adversity would strike. Would it be an injury or just him not playing in the beginning of the season? We never knew. So him being injured and wanting to come back over and over, it means a lot. Like, he wants to win the game. He wants to do everything for us. And we tried to tell him, like, if you're hurt, like, man, like, we'll go without you. But, like, he was just not going for it. We tried to keep him out, but he was telling Coach Smith, telling everybody, like, no, I want to go out. I want to win the game. And that was our biggest point, just winning the game. So
You got a little bit of a break here, obviously, as you get ready for these last 5. And then even after that game, a little mini break. Is this coming at a good time for you guys physically and mentally?
Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect time, honestly. We got a lot of guys banged up from the game. Even me, I'm banged up for the first time this season. So this just means everything to have a bye week at this perfect time. It's all set up for us in line. We just got to do our jobs coming forward and just keep rolling, really, and not stay too cocky. I feel like not to be overconfident or anything like that. Like, every opponent in Sun Belt, everybody knows, like, it could be a good day or a bad day in the Sun Belt. You never know. So just keeping on track, staying the course, just keep believing.
I just asked you about potential fan support. People go to Myrtle Beach. People love going to Coastal and all of that. Just how important that could be and what you're hoping to see maybe out of the fans on that side of things.
Yeah. Well, the last time we went there, it was like the most they ever had, which was something crazy. Like, and we were 6 or 7 that year. So I expect a big crowd coming from there. Her fans always try when we go to Myrtle. So that's a fun place down there. So I expect a lot coming from there. I told the guys all week, like, the next couple of games we play, it's probably going to be packed out no matter who we play. So it's going to be fun, though, going up there. A lot of people have played up there, but it's going to be fun.
You've got that extra insight. You've been in that situation before. So what do you see from Coastal early on? I know you're probably still early in your prep, but what are you seeing from them this year, this version of them?
Yeah, they're a little different. A little coaching change differences. They got a decent amount of guys back. I say they got a lot of guys that know ball, really know how to win because they're a winning program. I feel like they had a really good, it's hard to be at App State what they did. So that's why I try to tell some of the team, we can't take them, lightly at all because it's hard to be App at home. It really is. So they definitely come along together. I feel like they build more confidence each game. And I feel like the game we're coming in now, is going to be the most confident they ever have. So they're supposed to have wide out or whatever. But, yeah, it's going to be one great game for sure.
Last one, just follow up on that. You mentioned, kind of knowing the wrinkles of this league a little bit to where, it's hard to win here and this team did it. You can't overrate it and all that. Just is that something that you kind of try to reel guys in on in terms of just, how tough this league can be to win at any given day?
Yeah, it's 100%. I tell them that. That's my main focus. I tell them all of that because they're always coming up to me asking me because I didn't play it there. And I just try to tell them, every game, every Sunbelt game is hard no matter what record they are or who they are or what coaches, how their season have went. And plus, it's just Marshall. And everybody just plays Marshall different. It's different here. It's a different culture here. So it's always hard to win on the road. It's hard to win home games, especially the past game was really hard. But these upcoming games are going to be real hard. So that's why I told you, I'm just glad we had the bye week. Glad everything we got time to rest, recover, think about all the other games. So I think it'll be good. We just got to stay the course.
Anything further for Jaylen?
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.